everyone, I'm back again today with another David Shannon book. Remember yesterday I told you who David Shannon was. He is a little bit silly, I think, according to his biography, but I introduced you to the character David. And I have a new book today by David Shannon, also involving David. It says David Goes to School by David Shannon. The character in these books, David, is based off of the author, David Shannon, when he was younger. And there's a spot in here in the beginning, before the book starts, that was written by David Shannon that says, when a couple years ago, his mom found a book that David had made when he was young. And the only words that were in the book were, "No, David," and then turn the page, "No, David," with pictures in it. Because those were the only two words he knew how to spell. And so that's why he decided to make the book, "No, David." And this continues that idea, but at school. David's teacher always said, "No, David, no yelling, no pushing, no running in the halls." I love this book because the words are written on the pages that we do a lot in kindergarten. Look at the lines and always practicing how to write his letters. Oh, I love it. All right. David, you're tardy. Tardy is another word for you're late. Sit down, David. Don't chew gum in class. David, raise your hand. Looks like he's just shouting out his answer. Keep your hands to yourself. Pay attention. Wait, your turn, David. He's cutting a line. I don't care who started it. What do you think happened here? Someone threw food. They're blaming each other. I don't care who started it. Doesn't matter. Shouldn't have happened. David, recess is over. Shh. Again? I think he has to go to the bathroom. That's it, mister. You're staying after school. Oh, dear. He drew all over the desk. David, have you finished? You have to clean up this mess. Good job, David. Yes, David. You can go home now. This book makes me think of a couple of things. I remember reading about David Shannon and how in real life, when he was younger, the teachers learned that if he just draws, he'll stay busy and he won't distract anyone or bother anyone. So that kind of reminds me of when David was drawing all over the desk. If only he had a piece of paper, maybe he would have drawn on that and not on the desk. The words that David Shannon puts in his books so far looks like they have been written by him. That reminds me of Todd Parr, remember? He also had handwritten letters that were not made from a computer. One thing that I've noticed about David's art is that he likes to zoom in on faces and get really up close right there. And especially with these character David books, you're going to see almost, I think in every book, just a really wide open mouth. Sometimes when I work with kids and read books with them, I like to ask them 6 things. The first thing, the setting. So, where did this book take place? At a school. The next thing I'd like to ask them is about the characters. So, main character is David. I would say the teacher is also a pretty important character because she's the one who keeps saying stuff. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Raise your hand. And then I also like to talk about maybe a problem that happened in the story. So a problem could be, well, he did write on that desk. Was there a solution to that problem? How did that problem get fixed or get better? He cleaned off the table, right? The problem was that he drew on the table and then it got clean, so that's the solution. Another thing I like to talk about is your favorite part. What was your favorite part? I think I really liked when the gum was coming out of his mouth. You might have a different thought on that. And then the last thing I like to think about is how could the ending change? So what's a way that you could have changed the ending so it wouldn't have been the ending in this book? Remember this book, at the end, he washed the tables and then the teacher said, good job, and then she said, yes, you can go home now. Well, if I were to change the ending, maybe it would be an extra page. So he went home, and then when he got home, he saw a puddle of mud and jumped right in it. Because that sounds like something David might do. David goes to school. You go to school. If we all went to the same school, what do you think you and David would do together? What's something that you like that David would like too? Do you like to draw? David likes to draw. What's something that you wouldn't want to do that David does? David probably would want to run around and scream. Would you? David probably would like to stay out at recess and not come in when it's time. Would you do that? Thank you for listening to my story, boys and girls. And tomorrow I have another David book by David Shannon. Bye.